UvaldeRadio.net. Good morning. I'm Robert McGill, and getting ready to do another one of our little feature interviews. People of Uvalde, or sometimes it's just people of, the surrounding areas of Uvalde. I'm not quite sure because we've never had this guest on the air yet, but I know she does great work and is just a great lady. So please welcome from the Texas Hill Country River Region, the River Cleanup and Digital Marketing Manager, Ms. Hailey Hart. Welcome. How you doing?
Good.
Was that build up enough for you?
It was a lot.
You're like, wow, I'm a big deal.
It makes me feel seem really exciting, right?
Good morning, Hailey. How you doing at work today so far? Everything good?
Good. It's not too crazy of a morning,
So I know we've got a big event coming up this weekend. It's the Holy Guacamole. It's a 5K run over at Andy's on River Road in Concan. I know that the Texas Hill Country River Region is a big part of that, and you guys are pretty much presenting the event, and it should be a great family event, 5K, cook-off, lots of fun. We're going to get into that, and you give us all the details on that. But really, let's talk about you, because you've been at the River Region now for less than a year, but for a few months, right?
Yes, so I started mid-December.
All right, so you've been there long enough to kind of, you should already kind of know what you're doing at this point, right?
Yeah, let's go with that.
So let's go ahead and get your backstory. First of all, are you from Uvalde County? Are you from somewhere else and you just transplanted here?
I have been born and raised here my whole life. Grew up in Sabinal. We moved to Concan. My parents owned Neal's Lodges for a little bit, ran house pasture, and then they kind of migrated on to Lakey, and they own lodging there. So I've been in the area my entire life, born and raised.
So not only are you from Uvalde County, but you know all about what's going on, especially with the tourism aspect. So
yes.
Obviously, you got the perfect job. Now, if you don't mind, let's go and talk about your education and career goals. Is this what you want to do, or is this basically kind of a step in a different direction that you're pursuing?
A little bit of both. So I, after high school, graduated, went to A&M, got a degree in education. That was always kind of supposed to be my fallback. Right after college, got a job teaching in Lakey, then went on to Knippa and taught there for 2.5 years. I've always wanted to be back in the tourism industry, whether it was eventually, hopefully, owning my own cabins or resort. So this is definitely a step in that direction, if not where I end up. So
why the transition back here to the River Region from teaching? I know that teachers have had a really rough couple of years, and then here in Uvalde County, it's been really kind of difficult. So was that a factor in moving back to the River Region, or getting back into tourism, I should say?
Not totally. I love teaching. I loved my kids. It was great. During the summer, I'd kind of put some little feelers out here and there for different opportunities just to kind of see what opened up. And in December, the girl that was in this position before me had put in her resignation, and so they were like, they had my resume on file and reached out to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's perfect. It's my dream job. So it wasn't necessarily that I wanted to leave teaching. It just kind of fell in my lap, and I jumped.
So how is that, having to say goodbye to your students, or did you, were you mid-year, or was it, how did that all play out for you?
It was mid-year, so I left at Christmas. It was awful. It was so terrible. So many of them were so mad at me.
And what grades were you teaching?
5th and 6th.
Oh, and that's tough, because that's when they're kind of really going through a lot of changes, and
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You got to do what's right, and it sounds like you're really super happy again. We're talking to Hailey Hart. She's over at the Texas Hill Country River Region. They're in charge of tourism in Uvalde County, based in Concan. So let's go ahead and talk about the job. Since you got there in December, what's it like been settling in into your role at the River Region?
It's been great. Everyone's been super welcoming and understanding that it's a completely new role for me, totally different than teaching. But it's been great. I run the river cleanup program, and then I do all of our marketing. So
that basically you're doing social media and doing graphic design and putting, coming up with cool angles and fun stuff. Give us a little bit more detail about what those daily duties include.
Yeah, so just basically making sure that I've got everything on Facebook that needs to be on there, sending out email blasts, letting the locals know what's going on, talking to the different events that we're sponsoring, making sure that they have everything they need as far as logos and information from us about what we do, and then sending out, making designs for magazines and ads kind of all over Texas.
So when you took the role, if you wouldn't mind, kind of a two-part question here, what was a thing that was more difficult than you thought it would be, going into this? And then maybe tell me something that was a lot more easier, more fun, or surprisingly, exciting that you didn't know this job would entail.
Yeah, so definitely going from a classroom of 17 kids asking questions nonstop to my own office in the quiet was so hard. I was used to working, and I was so productive whenever there was a million things going on, but then now that I am just by myself and get to do what I need to do, it's honestly harder for me to focus.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's crazy, yeah, it's super weird, but I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to the quiet. It's becoming better.
I suppose when your job is to keep 17 kids focused, it would also help keep yourself focused, right? Because you got to set a good example.
Yeah, because I was like, I have to get this done. If I have a second, I have to get it done. And now I get all day to get done what I need to get done.
You get pulled away on Facebook videos, TikTok, and solitaire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and then what was surprisingly fun and just kind of a cool perk that you weren't expecting?
The river cleanup program. It is so much fun getting out and seeing so many people want to just help keep our rivers clean and how excited they are to do it. Being out in the sun all day and being able to be outdoors is it's so great. It's so much fun.
Now, I know that we're behind the scenes, UvaldeRadio.net. We're trying to organize a river cleanup with you guys, too. So hopefully we'll have more information about that soon. We like to clean up the Nueces River area out there right outside of Campwood because, I feel like that area gets ignored a little bit. I mean, Frio's the kind of the fave, isn't it, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, everyone wants to be on the Frio for sure. The Nueces, that's one of the big pieces that I'm tackling right now is how to get more people to look at the Nueces and realize that it's just as pretty as the Frio and just as fun. So,
well, we are here to help, and we're gonna organize that real soon. So again, we've got Hailey Hart from the Texas Hill Country River Region. We're gonna get into it now about the Holy Guacamole Cinco de Mayo weekend event this Saturday at Andy's on River Road. But before that, remind me, Hailey, and our listeners, what the mission of the Texas Hill Country River Region exactly is.
So our mission is to help fill the hotels and lodges in the area. We want to just drive tourism and bring more people to the area, especially in the winter, fall, and spring months, just because it's pretty slow around here. Mm-hmm. So our goal is to get more people to come out here and realize how much fun and beautiful this area is.
Well, you guys seem to be doing a fantastic job, and we appreciate your hard work over there. So let's get into it. This Saturday, Holy Guacamole. It's a 5K, so you got a 5K run and a Cinco de Mayo cook-off at Andy's on River Road in Concan. So let's unpack this. Tell me what are you excited about over there?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Definitely things going on for all different age groups. The cook-off includes margaritas, Bloody Marys, salsa, guacamole, and fajitas, so the judges will definitely be in for some good food and drinks. The 5K is for all ages. I think they'll also have some some booths going on, selling different things, just events going on all day. It starts at 8 and I think goes on into the night. So there's going to be live music, photo booths, bounce castles, all sorts of stuff. So.
Now, UvaldeRadio.net, we'll be out there with a 10. We'll be spinning some music, having a good time, doing some giveaways as well, too. Let's get back to this cook-off thing, because margaritas, Bloody Mary, salsa, guacamole, and fajitas, my answer is yes, 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 and yes. What of those 5 is your favorite, and are you going to enter anything? Are you kind of a whiz in the behind the bar or in the kitchen?
Not necessarily, but I definitely would want to be in on the margaritas, I think.
Now, have you, since you got the cool gig there at the River Region, have you voluntold yourself to be a judge?
Voluntold. I should. I haven't yet. We have a golf tournament that we're sponsoring that day as well, so I'll be back and forth all day.
I understand. All right. So how about the 5K? Is that something you're interested in doing too? And I know that it probably takes a pretty active person to do those river cleanups, because that's some rough terrain sometimes, getting through there, picking up all that litter. Are you a sportsy lady?
In theory, I would like to be. I think my friends would probably laugh if they heard that.
No. From what I understand, if you sign up, if you register early enough, you get the commemorative T-shirt, the Holy Guacamole 5K T-shirt, which is cool. So were you in the board meeting where they decided to call this thing Holy Guacamole, it's a 5K? Because that's really fun to say. I'm just kind of wondering who that marketing genius was.
It's so fun. So Andy's came up with all of it. I'm sure Lauren over at Andy's had a lot to do with it. They came up with the name. They contacted us and said, do you want to be a part of it? And we're like, absolutely. That sounds so fun. So we jumped right in. So
let's talk about Andy's. Go ahead and brag on Andy's on River Road over there, because that's a really cool place to get together.
Yeah, it's great. They have a liquor store. They have a big gift shop and everything. And then they're always having different types of events with food trucks and everything in the back.
And just like a hop, skip, and a jump away from the river. So yeah, fantastic stuff. All right, so any other details we need to know about the big event? Again, Holy Guacamole. It's a 5K. It is this Saturday, and I believe you can get there early to register as early as 8 a.m. and then check-in is at 10, and then the race, the 5K, is at 11, and then the market is all day 11 to 8. But any other details as far as I know, there's going to be a lot of family and kids attractions and free fun. Give me a rundown on that stuff.
Yeah, so there's going to be all sorts of things going on. All of the kids' activities are free, so parents can just come and enjoy and let their kids have fun. Other than that, I think you covered it all. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be hopefully a good turnout. Well,
we look forward to seeing you out there again. We've been talking to Hailey Hart at the Texas Hill Country River Region. And Hailey, give us the best, website or phone numbers to call to get more information if we want to get involved.
Yeah, so visit Uvalde County is our main website. All of our information's on there. And our phone number is 830-232-4310.
Now, before we wrap it up, let's go ahead and touch quickly on the river cleanup, because that's really important. I know that's a big part of your mission. If somebody's listening and wants to get involved in helping keeping the Uvalde County rivers clean, what's the best way to do that? Or give us a brief rundown on how the program works.
Yeah, so our website for that is UvaldeCleanRivers.com, or Uvalde County Clean Rivers. It's $15 an hour per volunteer. The money can then go to any nonprofit that they choose.
Wow. So
it's a lot of fun, easy way to raise money, and it can go back to a good cause. We have a lot of sports teams that'll do it in the area, like basketball team, or we've got a cheer squad that's going to be doing 2 river cleanups with us this summer, and the money is going to go back to their uniform, to buy new uniforms or supplies that they need. So.
Now, is there any minimum size group or maximum size group that you have to work with?
We typically try to do at least 6 people just to make it a little more worth their while as far as donating the money. But we can do as big as we want.
Now, how does it actually play out on the day of? Do you meet them and then you give them the supplies? I know you guys have litter grabbers and those river bags. How does it play out on day of?
Yeah, so the day of, I'll be in contact with them prior to the day of, and then we meet up, whether we're at Andy's or Happy Hollow or on the Nueces or Neil's. We've done some at Garner. I'll let them know where we're meeting. We'll decide on a spot and get there about 9:30. The cleanup will start at 10. Everyone will load up on the shuttle if needed. Hand out the yellow bags. Everybody gets a T-shirt. And the grabbers, and we take a big group picture before, and then go do the river cleanup, and then once they get back, we do the same picture, but with all the trash that we picked up throughout the trip. So you get to float the river and clean up and raise money.
Sounds like a plan. Okay, so one last question. I know I said last question twice already, but before we wrap it up, we're in spring, heading into the summer. Give us the preview. What's happening in Concan? Where do we eat? Where do we party? What's the scoop? Just give us a rundown from anybody. Maybe for people out of the area who are listening, tell us where the hot spots are.
Yeah, so for live music, Joe Jimmy's, Hippie Chicks, and House Pasture, definitely your big 3 main ones. They're super fun, good food, lots of dancing and different people playing throughout the summer. And then to eat, there's all sorts of food trucks. We've got quite a few new restaurants in the area. Meals is obviously the big one. We've got Feed Rack Grill, Hippie Chicks again, ice cream stores. We've got all sorts of stuff going on. Once Memorial Day hits, everything will be up and running and wild and crazy up here.
So now if they go to the website, visit uvaldecounty.com, is there kind of like a resource where you can kind of check in and find out some of those places to, whether it's to dine or listen to music or resorts,
Yes, so we've got all that on our website, local places to eat and everything. We also have our events calendar that we update as soon as we find out about an event. We'll put it on our events calendar, so that's the best place to go to see activities and things going on in the summer.
All right, so again, that's visit uvaldecounty.com. Information about this weekend's Holy Guacamole 5K is at floatthefrio.com. That's the Andes on River Road website. And again, thank you, Hailey Hart, for the Texas Hill Country River Region. Thank you so much for the information. It's been a pleasure getting to know you, okay?
Yes, thank you.
All right, it's going to wrap it up here with UvaldeRadio.net.